Set outside the weather deck, meteorologist Peter Hall joins us on the week we've been waiting for to just feel like, it'll last. I know it doesn't last forever. There's all that wet blanket stuff, but
yeah,
right now it feels pretty good.
I'm ready to go out there with you, Pete.
Yeah, well,
maybe
you
this
should
week
be.
we got to do that.
100%. It's going to feel like our first little, not just spring, but even a little splash of summer. But remember, it is still April, so it's not like all of a sudden we don't have any more cold weather. Let's talk about it right now, our temperature trends. So here's how we're tracking temperatures. Yesterday, the high was 55, which is actually pretty close to normal. Today, the high got to 67, already 13 degrees above average, and we're probably going to be somewhere in the upper 60s to lower 70s the next couple of days. I'll say this, it's not going to be as perfectly sunny as it was today for the next couple of days, but then take a look. 3 days in a row where we're near 80, which is very unusual, and 25 degrees above average, putting us near record levels. If you're wondering what the records are for those 3 days, the closest we'll get is probably Friday. Regardless, it's going to be really warm. You might even feel like it's hot because we're not used to near 80. In fact, when do we typically get 80? And when's the earliest we've ever had it on record? Well, typically, on average, our first 80 is April 30th. So, obviously, if we do get to it, it'd be a couple of weeks early. We've gotten it as early as March 14th. That's the earliest on record. And if you're curious, the latest on record was June 27th. Could you imagine waiting until the end of June for the first 80-degree day? Well, that's what happened over 100 years ago. Anyway, after a clear sky that we had today, we'll have some thin clouds overnight. And those clouds will be around tomorrow. It's not going to be a bad day. In fact, it's another nice day, but just not as pristine and clear. A mix of sun and clouds, although the clouds during the mid to late afternoon do get thicker right in here, but not before we get into the upper 60s to near 70. There might even be a sprinkle or shower east of Lake Ontario by the end of the day, and our best chance in central New York would be probably at some point late at night or maybe early Wednesday morning for a little sprinkle or shower of little consequence. I do expect the sun to come back during the day Wednesday. And once again, we're talking upper 60s to near 70, cooler by the shoreline of Lake Ontario. Remember, once we get to Thursday, the temperatures are going even higher. I think everybody other than the shoreline of Lake Ontario should be at least in the mid to upper 70s. And I think we've got a chance of getting to near 80 degrees for Syracuse and much of central New York Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, could it be 79? I suppose so. But easily, we're going to have the warmest weather we have had this year so far. And it's pretty consistent. The shower that you see there Saturday is very isolated and hit and miss. However, at some point early next week, right now I've got it slated for Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, there will be some showers and thunderstorms. Take a look at Monday. Now that's a big drop, but 55 is normal. There are indications that maybe a couple of days next week might knock it out of the 40s, which is not unusual for April. So let's enjoy the warm weather while it lasts. Stanley Law Skywatch, Regency Tower camera, putting a cherry on top of this afternoon. It was a gorgeous day back inside.
Thank you, Pete.